Uh-huh.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this session. So, this is going to be our second session on Chennai Super King. We've already done a session on Chennai Super King about 4 months back. I hope I'm audible. I would request people to just give me in the chat. Are we both audible and visible? Not quite
You
sure.
are absolutely audible to me,
I know,
Sapna
but people should also respond, nahi to baad mein.
ji.
Yes, right. Right, we have heads up. Thank you so much, everyone. Welcome to Be Invest, and this is our second session on Chennai Super King. And already the prices have become quite different from our early entry. So we have Mr. Rajesh Singla from Planify today, and he will explain you more about Chennai Super King and more about this thing. So if I think some of you must have already invested in Chennai Super King, so this is the right opportunity for you to understand the updates also on the same. So over to you, Rajesh. Welcome to Be Invest.
Thank you, Sapna ji. Thanks for having me here. I'm glad to do this session. This is one of my favorite company to invest. Chennai Super King, मतलब वो name suggests it all. I don't think I need to give a lot of introduction about the company, but we'll have this a very interesting discussion on the company. This time around, apart from the cricket, we'll be discussing on the how the company is building such a strong brand in India, how IPL is affecting, and how this IPL actually works, how IPL actually makes money. So we'll discuss in depth about the company, its fundamentals, and how it looks like from an investment point of view. So I'm sure the investors will have a good time, great time, especially people who love cricket. I think they'll have a great time listening to Chennai Super King. Although I also know that a lot of people will be supporting the Hyderabad team, Sunrisers Hyderabad. But from an investment point of view, obviously we need to acknowledge that this is one of the company which has done extremely well in terms of IPL. I'll share my screen. I know it's bit late in the evening, and I just want to congratulate each one of you before in fact I go live to that they have taken out their time on this. So here in north side of India, it is quite chilly. The weather has started going cold, especially at night. And I know it speaks a volume from an investor point of view to take out some time to attend this event to understand why they should invest in a company, why or they should invest in this Chennai Super Kings. So it's a win from that side that they have taken their first step towards financial freedom, towards taking the right investments. I'm sure I'll make up to their time which they have given to me. So I'll share my screen. I just want to. I'm not able to download my presentation. Just give me a moment. Uh, I'll just need a minute to see that where it is going. Just give me a moment. Uh, I'm sorry for this, guys. Yeah, got it. So let me just share my screen now. Let me just open this deck. So, if we talk about Chennai Super King, it is one of the strongest brand. And again, from an investment point of view, if we talk, so I'll talk about the company. It does not have the highlights. Let me just open one website of our and just because it will help you guys to visualize. So this presentation is bit.
I have the presentation. Shall I share it with you?
I've shared it. I have taken that. It's bit not updated. It does not have the highlight section. I'll just use that one screen and then I'll come back to the presentation. Will that be
Okay.
fine?
I have anyways forwarded in case you need to.
Right.
Yeah.
Just give me 1 second.
This looks updated to me.
It does not have the highlight section on the first, or is it present down? नीचे है क्या? अच्छा, it has the highlight section. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what. Go ahead.
So, guys, overall, if we talk about Chennai Super King, so it has got the maximum number of followers and so this is one team which has qualified maximum number of time in the last four teams, and they have also attended maximum number of time they have appeared for the finals. They are second best, or they are actually they share the title uh, with Mumbai Indians 5 times. They have won the IPL 5 times out of 15 edition of IPL which has happened. 5 times have been won by Mumbai Indians. So these both the teams have got the maximum followers out of CSK and Mumbai Indians. CSK has got more number of followers because of, again, a lot of people attribute it because of Mr. Dhoni. So Dhoni had an extremely great run while he was the captain of India, making India win a lot of trophies. He helped us win India, and I don't think even I need to share that with you guys. Uh, People like in India has won 50 over World Cup, 20 over World Cup. We were number one in terms of test rank rankings. And when it came to CSK, on all the 5 edition he was the captain. So he basically won CSK the IPL trophy back to back in 2010 and 2011. So that was kind of a dream run for the brand. This company is owned by India Cements. So I'll talk about it in detail in the coming slides. So overall, if we see from a brand perspective, so when the IPL started, I still remember the early days in 2007, 2008, when this thing started. Chennai Super King was sold at close to 300 crores, and today the company worth is close to 10,000 crores. From the last 15 years, the valuation from 300 rupees have surged more than 10,000 crores. And CSK investors, whoever had India Cement stocks, got these shares as a bonus. So these shares were credited in close to 2018. These shares were credited as a bonus to whoever holded India Cement stocks. And people, there have been people who have sold these shares out, and the valuation of the company has surged. I still remember again the early days when these shares used to trade close to 15 rupees. It started from 12, but 14, 15 rupees was the initial investment in Chennai Super Kings. And today the price of this share is close to 187. So which is roughly 1200 times. If someone would have invested, let's say, at 15 rupees, today he would have made, so if someone would have invested 10 lakh rupees, the present value of that CSK investment is close to 1 crore 20 lakhs. But from now onwards, so from 187, how does it looks like? We will be discussing that. This company has got very renowned investors. So Radhakrishan Dhamani, he is considered second best to Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. After Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, he is considered to be the best investor in India. Now, after Rakesh Jhunjhunwala passed away, this title is being right now held by Radhakrishan Dhamani. He is also the founder of DMart, where the company has scaled phenomenally well. And from that perspective, it is always considered that he has a great eye for the right companies picking up stocks at dirt cheap valuation. So he is one of the prominent investor in CSK. Apart from India Cements holding the main holding, LIC is also holding a substantial stake. Then there are other key stakeholders also. Now in IPL, the valuation, I'll talk about the IPL valuation model also. So there is a recent news where Saudi Arabia king, he wants to invest close to 40,000 crores in IPL. Earlier, they were thinking of creating a similar brand next to the IPL, and they wanted to host it in Dubai. But then they realized that rather than becoming a competitor to IPL, it would be best to the interest if they merge them their synergies in IPL. As India has done one thing very dominantly is that they have in all the leagues which are being played right now all across world, IPL is the most prestigious league. Now, not only from cricket point of view, but even if we talk it from the other sports, so there are sports like NBA, which is again which is having a lot of money. Then there is baseball, in especially US. Both the games had the players and the leagues have extremely good amount of money. Similarly, soccer or the football in Europe, there are leagues in Spanish, Italy, France, England. All of these leagues are again very prestigious, and these leagues have got great franchises, great companies, and they have got great players in them. So in out of all of these leagues, and apart from that, there are multiple like there is motor racing, F Formula of F1 racing, and all other sports are there. Golf is there. Cricket now stands at third. So from an franchisee point of view or from a league point of view, we are now being ranked at number third in terms of all the other sports. And it is considered that in next 10 years we will take on the first, or we will at least take, so we will definitely in next 2 to 3 years we'll take on the second position there. And maybe in next 10 years it might have the biggest amount of money across any sports which has been seen. So this is a very new system which has been created in India, and people in India are very fanatic about cricket. Even today, right now, as I am giving the presentation, there is a match happening between T20 match of India and South Africa, and people follow T20 because it's a fast game. A lot of people are able to spend out time. The time at which it comes, once you come out of your office, it's easy to watch a 2 3 hour a match, which is generally a lot of times it goes to nail biting matches, and the matches are actually very interesting. So people love watching games which are well thought of, where there is a lot of I'll say there is a lot of thrill, and there is a lot of adrenaline rush which happens in these games because of the fast pace games, how these have been evolved. So from that point of view, even in next 10 to 20 years or 30 years, I don't think that if we have to assume that there is no looking back, as in it doesn't appear ki people will not watch this after 10 years, or people will not watch it after 30 years. In fact, the right now what BCCI is thinking is to have a mini IPL, rather than having only one IPL uh, once a year. So earlier they also did. So what they did was they picked out all the leagues across the world. There is a league in South Africa. There is a league in England. There is a league in Australia. There is a league in West Indies. So they picked up all the best team across these leagues, and they ran a championship trophy. So for first 3 years it started, but then people didn't had much interest in the other teams matches. At least in India, they didn't had an interest in other team matches, so it didn't come off. Now BCCI is thinking seriously that they should have a mini IPL where the best 4 or 5 teams have a kind of a knockout series for, let's say, couple of weeks. So apart from 6 week schedule which they have already gotten across the all the boards, so from BCCI to Australian cricket to England cricket and all other boards do not keep their matches, do not keep their cricket matches when IPL is going on, so that IPL gets the maximum number of eyes. And right now itself, it has got one of the best viewership. If we talk from the viewership point of view, it has got one of the best viewership across. So across cricket, it is, as I said, it is already number one. Across other games also, it has got the third rank. So I'll talk about, from an investor point of view, one thing which we need to think out is ki how does this IPL actually works, and how does this IPL actually makes money. So I'll run you through few numbers. It will help you easily understand how IPL works. So in an IPL, so generally, what how BCCI is right now operating is, it distribute 45% of the revenue, which it makes out of the total money it makes. And the money it makes is from different franchisees. The fees which it is getting from broadcasting the matches across the world. Then there is a lot of other broadcast things where they make a lot of money. So earlier, before 2023, there is a 5-year contract which happened between BCCI and Star, which happened at 16,500 crores. So there were 8 teams, and 45%, if you actually calculate. So generally 150 crores was going to each team as part of revenue. The 55% was kept by BCCI. Now, after 5 years, this contract has been renewed, and this time around, BCCI got this contract renewed at 3 times of this value, which is close to 49,000 crores. And there are now 10 teams in this league. So around 22,500 crores is going to get distributed in 10 teams. If we actually calculate, this becomes out to be 2,250 crores for 5 years. And if we actually again circle it down, this will be 450 crores per team for the next 3 years, for the next 5 years. So 450 into 5, 450 into 5 becomes 2,250. And in 2,250, if I multiply it by 10, this becomes 22,500 crores, which is roughly 45% of the total broadcasting right which BCCI has sold this time around for the next 5 years. And this is extremely good. So from a company point of view, uh, so whoever the team is, irrespective of the team, so the team will be making 3 times of the revenue which it was making from the last year. And mind you that the teams have not been like resetted. There is no reset of the teams. Whenever there is a reset of the teams, like in 3 or 5 years, generally teams are only uh, asked to retain 3 to 4 players, and then all of the uh, other players comes in the pool, and then from there they have to rebuild the team again, so that there is always a balancing act which happens, and from a neutral point of view. And whenever that happens, generally the purse size, or the amount which is allowed to be paid by each company is increased, so that people are able to, so that the team can buy these players at more and more aggressive prices, so that they also get better money for their performances. So there is no reset of the teams which is going to happen in next 2 to 3 years. So due to which teams are not going to have a increased kitty, like increased expense. But from in a general sense, teams are not going to the expenses of the teams are not going to increase, whereas in their income has increased three times already. Like it is a 300% jump already from the last year which they are making. Apart from that, CSK won the IPL. So CSK won the IPL last year. So due to which they have got 100 crores worth of sponsorship. It is actually more than 100 crores now, but broadly it also has 100 crore plus worth of sponsorship. Then they are also making money off. So CSK is also making money from so they have also opened one cricket academy in Chennai. So from cricket academy, they also intend to open few more cricket academies across India. So from cricket academies and from French this collectibles. So if someone wants to buy a CSK T-shirt or kind of brand merchandise, they also make money. So I'm just jotting down the how these people are making money. So from merchandise fees also, CSK makes a lot of money as it has got the maximum number of followers. And how do companies generally play around is every couple of years they will change the change the t-shirt. It will be a slightly different t-shirt, and then because if you are a fan, you will want to have a new t-shirt having all the logos and all of the other things. So they generally try to tweak it every second year, so that people uh, kind of again buy back the t-shirts and all. Apart from that, they also provide like bat, ball, and all other cricketing stuff of merchandise. Apart from this, the major revenue stream for any IPL team is from the ground fees or the ticketing ground tickets which is being sold. So most of the times you will see matches happens in two venues. So each of these team have to play 16 matches. Out of the 16 matches, 8 matches will be played in their home venue, and out of these 8 matches, four so it is being split into two basically it is being split into two grounds. So 4 matches will be played on one ground and 4 matches will be played on another ground. So two grounds are considered to be kind of home ground to a particular team. This has not happened last time. CSK played all eight matches in Chennai itself. But before the COVID, this was the format which was happening. So basically, all the 8 matches generally goes full. If you see, they're always completely full, and any team makes around 100 crores worth of revenue also from these IPL tickets. So again, to revive back, any IPL team makes a lot of revenue from the broadcasting right. This time around, it will be around 450 crore for the next 5 years. Then any IPL team, because of the followers, it has got it gets sponsors. CSK has got the best sponsorship. It has sponsors worth more than 100 crores. Then from the apart from the academy and merchandise, they also get ground tickets for from which these people make a lot of money. So it is estimated that the company is going to start making 3 times of the revenue which is already it is making. So this will obviously increase the net valuation of the company. So now I'll also talk about another prospect. So there were two teams, new teams which has been created. One is Lucknow Super Giant, and the other team which has been created is Gujarat Titans. Both the teams have done extremely well. I'll say Gujarat Titans actually won the IPL in their first edition, and then even in the second edition, they were one of the finalists. And Hardik Pandya actually led the team very well. So Lucknow Super Giant got sold at 7,000 crores. So when once BCCI sold this, the new team got sold at 7,000 crores, whereas Gujarat Titan was sold at 5,600 crores. Both the values are very high. So there was a lot of surveys which started happening at that point of time, that what is the right valuation for maybe CSK or Mumbai Indians or any other team, be it Delhi, be it Hyderabad. So CSK had a fair valuation where people believe that the company should actually at least have a valuation of anywhere between 9,500 crore to 10,000 crores. So at 9,500 crores, the company valuation comes out close to be 250 rupees. And this I am talking about company when they were doing 150 crores worth of revenue. And for 10,000 crore, their fair valuation of the share becomes 283 rupees per share, which is quite significantly low to the present price at which it is being offered at 170 187 rupees. Company is being value like there is a lot of margin of safety in valuations from Warren Buffett. But we have learned that the better your margin of safety is for any company, the better returns you will make in longer run. So here our safety of margin is close to 40 to 50%. So from that perspective, the company is considered quite good. And now with the new BCCI broadcasting right revenue, which will start kicking in from the next edition of IPL, the company is poised at a very good place. It might actually happen that the valuation will jump fold from here onwards. So from that perspective, it is considered to be a great investment from any investment point of view. So as I have talked, so this is the complete picture of the company, if I have to talk about. And this is the same thing which has been mentioned here also. Like as per the Forbes, this was a last valuation at which the fair price becomes 250, and at around 10,000 crores it becomes close to 283 rupees per share. Whereas in after this new broadcasting right, I believe the valuation, if there will be a new valuation report which will be coming in, it will be much higher. So from that perspective, the company is quite good. And in next 10 to 20 years, this thing we feel is going to catch up. So I'm not going to run through the different matrices, because it all will talk about the same thing which I have already talked. I have also talked about the industry stats. The things which I have talked about is being even jotted here in our research report. It is quite detailed. The kind of viewership IPL has got, as I have said, it is the best viewership across any Indian show, be it Shark Tank, Khatro Ke Khiladi, Kapil Sharma Show, KBC, Big Boss. It surpasses each and every broadcasting. Even if we calculate the total TRP of all of these, it still does not match the IPL. Even if we sum up all the viewership of all these shows, it still does not match the IPL viewership. Last time around, in fact, the internet viewership also kind of made world records, that so many people were watching the IPL at the same instant. That was a world record. In fact, that world record was or only got broken in the World Cup, which happened just a month back, 1.5 month back, where and I think in the next few years, this is again going to increase further. Now with the IPL being showed free of cost on the Geo app. So Geo app itself has got more than 10 crore downloads just because they are showing IPL free of cost. Obviously, they are not charging money, but they are collecting a lot of data on which they will be playing with this data, because they are offering some content to a lot of audience in India. They'll be able to get a lot of things. So, and this is the promoters holding, as I said, 28% is owned by India Cements, and the rest, so there are marquee names like Radhakrishnan Damani, and then there is also mutual fund holdings and institutional holdings like LIC, because they already hold India Cement to a great extent. And that's pretty much from my point of view for CSK. Uh, Again, to sum up, company has got a great brand value. It has got the maximum number of followers. IPL is poised to have bigger and bigger viewership. From 300 crores, the company has surged to 10,000 crore valuation. From 10,000 crores, it is assumed the company will, in next 10 to 20 years, like in last 15 years, the company has surged in valuation. These companies will get the valuations of, like, just to give you a perspective, Manchester United in England is worth 40,000 crores. So if someone wants to buy Manchester United or Chelsea, these are the kind of valuation of these leagues. And we have a strong belief that because in India cricket is considered to be a religion, rather than just a sport. These kind of hefty valuations will eventually even come for the teams which will be doing which will be representing. And this year around also, CSK has made it clear that they will be very aggressive in picking up players. There is a mini auction which is going to happen. In fact, in couple of days, it is poised to happen in Dubai, and they are very keen on picking up few of the marquee players like Ravindran Rachin, which could turn out to be a great asset to the team if they are able to do so. And from the other perspective, because it has got a very strong leadership from Dhoni, company is the CSK futures looks very bright. The team who has brought in all these players, the value additions which Stephen Fleming, who is the coach of this CSK team, and the other think tanks has always been able to pick up CSK, pick up the right cricketers for the team, which has already always performed. Apart from one season which didn't go well for CSK, I don't think there is even one season where they couldn't even qualify. Matlab, they have always qualified in the last four, and they have played maximum number of finals. A great team, great brand to own. So from that perspective, it's actually a good investment. And I have already shown why there will be a surge in their revenues and profits in coming years. So this is pretty much from my side. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to take them up.
So if you have any queries, please feel free to put your questions in the chat. However, I'm just putting the form link in case if you don't have questions, please fill the form so that you can go ahead with the investing process. So should I read out the questions, or would you like to take it ahead yourself?
I can take it. These are वैसे भी मतलब it's a very interesting topic as it is a discussion on cricket. Yes, Murli ji, what we have understood or learned that Dhoni is going to be the integral part of CSK forever. So Chennai Super Kings has offered Mr. Dhoni a bungalow in Chennai. They have also gifted him, I think, a couple of supercars, or whatever you say, है ना? So they have got him a good place. Apart from Chennai, Ranchi used to be the second home ground for CSK. So he has, from the day one, he has always been a part of CSK, as Sachin is always going to be a part of Mumbai forever. So even if Dhoni retires, and everyone guesses when he will retire. There are a lot of memes which happens, like even after 30 years, Dhoni will come back on the ground and people will say ki, this will be your last year, and he'll say, of course not. So there are a lot of memes which happens. But it is quite possible that he will remain with CSK forever, because he has got a very strong bonding with them. He has spent more than 16 years with the brand. So I don't think any reason why they will be not having Dhoni, who has made them win 5 IPL, won 5 IPL championships. So Murli ji has also asked, when can we expect the IPO? So Murli ji, as such, company has not shown any desire to do the IPO at this moment. At least it will not be happening in 2024 or even in 2025. At least we do not have any commentary from India Cements on diluting their stake. It might be because of the new valuation which they expect. I don't think the company will go public until unless it's become a brand of 40-50,000 crores. India Cement itself is a very big brand, very strong brand, and they really don't need money. They make hell lot of money even in the India Cement business itself, in the cement business. So I don't think they need money, and because they make a lot of profits, so there is no requirement as such for them to go for an IPO. Whenever they will go for an IPO, it only would be when they feel the valuation has kind of maximized. and just because the IPL is getting more stronger and stronger, we don't think it will happen very soon. Chandra Mauliji is asking, is it better to sell after IPO or better to hold? So Chandramauli it will all depend upon. Right now, it's a good investment to be in. After the IPO, generally, what happens is uh, at IPO there is always a surge in the valuations. Like there is always going to be a very very strong demand. In IPO, IPOs are generally oversubscribed because there is a lot of demand. The prices shoots anything. So from that point of view, I feel after you get the listing, it will be always a good time to actually book profits. But nonetheless, if you are able to get 30 or 35 rupees valuation of a 10 rupees stock, in the sense if we are getting an extremely good valuation, it would be fine to even book in the pre IPO stage as well. It actually do happens even in pre IPO stage, where people sell it off just before the IPO. Vinkta Ramesh Chandra ji has asked, what is the maximum investment? There is no limit to the maximum investment, Chandra ji. Even if you want to put in, let's say you want to buy 1 lakh shares, we will be able to arrange the shares for you. So we can do a 2 crore ticket. Even if you want to do five lakh shares, we might need some time, but we will be able to procure the shares and get it arranged for you. Won't be a problem. Srinivasan ji has asked the other way around. What is the minimum investment out? Sapna ji, you want to take it forward?
Yeah, so here minimum investment is like the price per share I have already mentioned in the form 187 rupees per share, and minimum shares, that is a lot size is 1000 shares. So it will be 187 1,87,000, and booking amount is 20,000, and which you have to pay within first 2 days. That is today being 0 day, tomorrow 1 day, after tomorrow 2. Within these 2 days, you have to make the payment of 20,000 to book this shares at 187, because the price keeps on changing. In fact, from 2 days we are trying to hold this price. We were in discussion because Mr. Rajesh was not available. So again, holding the price for long becomes difficult. So please make the booking amount arrangement in either by tomorrow or day after, and after that, within 6 working days, you have to finish the balance payment. And if in case if you don't happen to make the booking amount payment in 2 days, on the third day, please check the ongoing price and then understand, and then only invest. In case if you don't have the demat account, still you can fill the form and we will help you to get the demat account opened. In case if you have attended this session late, or you were not able to for some reasons not able to focus on the session, still if you want to invest or go ahead with getting more knowledge, then you fill the form, so our people will send you the recorded link. uh,
Murli ji has also asked, what is the lot size to invest in pre-IPO? See, Murli ji, it all depends upon you. Minimum is 1,000 shares, but our average ticket size is close to 10 lakh. So people who want to invest in pre-IPO generally end up investing close to 10 lakh rupees on an average. There are investors with us who invest like in crores. Then there are investors who invest in kind of like they start with minimum. As and when how you get comfortable, you can invest. Overall, the thumb rule, what we have always been advising our partners as well as investors is, if you have 100 rupees, you should park 75 rupees to mutual funds, to the listed stocks, to your fixed deposits, to your bonds. 25 rupees is what you should keep for private markets. In this 25 rupees, we will split it into 20 companies. So in 20 companies, we will put 1 rupee 25 paisa in each of these 20 great businesses, which looks very good to us. And whenever the companies have an upsurge, like in Tata Technologies, a 10 lakh rupees investment became 1.5 crore in less than 3 years. So whenever there is an upsurge, we tend to get an exit of our investors, and that is how we are able to generate extremely good amount of returns. Our CAGR returns is close to 117%, and I'm very happy to say that it is because of the kind of research we do on our organizations, on our companies. We are happy to invest in good 20 businesses rather than doing. So we don't do any hanky panky stuff. Whatever we like and whatever good valuations, if we are getting a good business and if it is growing at a good pace, we want to be in that business. And the mantra I have already shared of the asset allocation and the portfolio allocation, that is how you should think out, and that is how you should actually drive out on how much you want to invest in CSK or any other pre-IPO or startup company. Then there is another question: how to sell? So Venkatesh Ganti ji has asked how to sell. So selling of these shares is pretty easy, Venkatesh ji. If you are holding a demat, the shares get these days shares are getting even transferred online. So from online EDIS method, you can transfer the share. It is just like net banking, how we transfer the money from one bank account to another. You can transfer the shares from one demat to another demat. Even if you do not know, our team can help you out in this. Obviously, Sapna ji and her team can help you out in this. How once you get comfortable, it is quite easy. Before the IPO, you can sell these shares through us at any given day. At IPO, you will be given an offer for sell document, which is given by the merchant banker. We do inform our investors that merchant banker has floated around OFS document, and if they want to liquidate their shares in an IPO, they can sell their shares in an IPO. Post listing, for 6 months, you will not be able to sell these shares on the stock exchange. In these 6 months, even if company gives any interim dividend and any interim bonus, any interim split, you will be eligible for that, which a normal retail investor will not get. After 6 months, you can again sell these share on the listed exchange at any given point of time. This 6 months of holding earlier used to be of 3 years, then it came down to 1 year, now it has came down to 6 months, and we are typically following the US philosophy here, and the US wants to bring it down from 6 months to zero. And what we feel, once they do it, even India will eventually follow to that methodology, where even after listing you will be able to sell it. But good part is you are eligible for all those interim bonus splits and dividends which a normal retail investor does not get. Post listing and before the IPO, you can sell it at any given day. Raji, I have answered the same question of uh, Venkatesh ji. Pavan Pradeep Kumar ji is asking, presentation is not clear, it's blur. Will you share a PPT in group? Sure, Sapna ji, we want to take it forward.
So we are receiving quite a few forms, and we have good number of attendants. So I request people to please fill the form. I see that the number is also getting reduced. As people are filling the forms, they are taking an exit so that we can conclude. So we will keep these on for another 5 to 8 minutes. Meanwhile, I request everyone to please fill the form so that we can conclude the session. And
Pavan ji,
Rajesh, why don't you inform our people about general, tendencies of investing in pre-IPO segment?
absolutely. Pavan,
Meanwhile,
you can fill the form and the team will help you with the presentation. You'll get the presentation. You can fill the form and they will help you with the presentation. It
is
will be clear.
anything you need, please fill the form. Anything you need, the session recording, you need the demat account, you want to invest, you have any further queries, anything, you just fill the form so that we can give a call tomorrow. Our team will call you in person and they will help you with further
Right.
information.
So Shri Nimas ji, so I'll come back to your question, Sapna ji. I'll just want to run through all the questions which investors are asking. So
Yeah.
Shri Nimas ji has asked how much is the minimum investment amount. Sapna ji, you want to take it forward?
So minimum investment amount is 1,87,000 for 1,000 shares. That is the lot size, and the price per share is 187 rupees. You have to make the payment of rupees 20,000 to book the shares at this price, 187 rupees, in next 2 days. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow, you have to arrange for 20,000 rupees, and balance of the payment you can make in the totally, in 8 working days. So 6 more days will be there after the booking advance payment.
So Murli ji has asked, as we mentioned, around 2 lakhs for 1 lakh. Is there any benefit we will get on a yearly basis as dividend? So Murli ji, right now CSK is not declaring any dividend. at least in last 2 to 3 years, because there was a COVID in place and ground tickets were also not selling. So company has not been into putting dividends, honestly. In future, it might think of giving dividends. India Cement do provide a lot of dividend to their shareholders, and I see no reason that this the same promoter not doing dividends even in CSK. But at this moment, right now, they are not paying any dividend. Prakashji, then how can we sell? I have already explained the selling process. Prakashji, you can sell these shares before an IPO through us at any given point of time. Post the listing, you will have to hold it for 6 months. At IPO, also, you can sell these shares through an OFS. And post 6 months of listing, you can sell these shares even on a stock exchange. VVG has asked, will it grow more in future? Yes, VVG, we do believe that we have a strong belief because companies revenue is going to increase broadcasting because of the broadcasting rights getting at 49,000 crores. Company is going to start generating three times of the revenue which they have been generating from the last year. So from 150 crore, their revenue is going to increase to 450 crores every year. So this will increase their revenue as well as their profits. And because they won the IPL last time around, their sponsorships are also very strong of more than 100 crores. We see no reason that the company will not be able to generate more and more of revenue as well as profit. And this is the reason we feel it will grow in future. So VBG has also asked, what is the minimum investment? As Sapna ji has told, the minimum investment is of 1,87,000 rupees. Minimum is of 1,000 shares, and the share price is 187. Our average ticket in this counter is close to 10 lakhs. So whoever invests generally tends to buy or invest 5,000 shares in CSK. So VVG has also asked, but the share price said to be 30 rupees, right? VVG, the 30 rupees share price used to be, I believe, 5 years back. So when it in 2018 when it started, the price started at 12 rupees. Quickly it gained to 15 and then eventually to 30. But then people realized that the valuation at that point of time the valuation was not even 300 crores. So whoever sold it for like peanuts, and then eventually it emerged as one of the strongest play from 15 rupees. It has now gone to 187, and what we believe the fair valuation or the intrinsic value to be close to 280 rupees. And this way around, the company will there is a good safety of margin for this CSK, and it will make a good amount of returns for the investors. So the share price at this moment is close to 187. So Prakash ji has said, this is a good question. If the IPO won't come in 2 years, how can we get returns from our investment? So Prakash ji, whoever invested, let's say a couple of years back, or maybe 5 years back at 15 rupees or 20 rupees or 30 rupees or 50 rupees or 80 rupees, they are also making gain because there are no sellers, and as and when the demand increases for the share, the prices of these shares tend to upsurge on an average as we close in more and more years, like the prices go on an uptick. And this is how from 15 it has moved to 187. From 187 there will be a time it will move to 250, 300, and so on. So this is how we will be able to generate returns in our investment.
I think when we had done the last session about 3 months back, it was something around 175, 176. At that point, the people, the previous set of investors have entered, which is already 187 right now. And
Right.
this also is very volatile. Like how I understand from your team is, do the session fast and do the booking fast. Otherwise, this also cannot be controlled.
Right now, there is so much interest, Sapna ji, because of the Tata Tech IPO, and
Mhm.
investors have made so phenomenal returns in that people want to grab onto good companies, onto good brands, and CSK ranks in one of the top most brands which we have in pre IPO. That is the reason we feel this price is actually going to upsurge above 200 very soon. Matlab it will be, it is just matter of time.
Right.
So Srinivas has asked when these shares are credited to CDSL account. The process is very simple, Srinivas. Whenever you make the investment, on the same day you get the delivery of the shares. But for BSC, so VVG has asked for, but for BSC, for NSC, sorry, B Invest created a firm. Are we creating a firm for this too?
Sorry,
No,
I could not get the question.
Sapna ji, you would have created an SPV for NSC for the first time around. Last time around, you were
Yeah,
discussing.
yeah. No, so it depends. Like if there are any entry barriers, like NSC being a very big ticket initially when we did in the month of April, so we had to pull in our investors and make a SPV to do this entire investment round for NSC, and we bought like around 5,000 shares then. So the ticket size was very huge. So, however, in this case, we are doing individual pre-IPOs, and people have to buy, and the shares will be credited in their individual account. And versus the NSC, it has got credited into the said NS, the SP which was done for this purpose only, incorporated for this purpose. So we also have a question from Mr. Venkat. Ramesh, that he doesn't have the B Invest account. So, see, it is like this, gentlemen. If you fill up the form, you will anyways get a call from our customer service team who will help you onboard the B Invest website, and after which you will be undergoing an investors onboarding session in which they will explain you what to expect from B Invest, what is the purpose of B Invest, and what B Invest expects from you. And after understanding these things, you have to finish certain KYCs on the B Invest platform. So we want to know whose money we are collecting as well. So once after doing your KYC, then you will be routed into a investors community, which is a verified investors community, where you will get insights of all the investments that you have done, and whatever is the market trend, whatever is whatever new projects we are doing, or if we want to do any poll or any survey, we want to understand what our investors want to listen next, what should be the next session we want to do. So anything we can engage on anything we can engage with our investors. If you onboard the website, if you fill the form also, or if you straight away, even after filling the form, it is routing you to the B Invest website only. So onboard the website, or since you're part of the group, you will understand when our next sessions are going on. So Ms. Deepika will be helping you with the next investors onboarding session. So please attend the session, so you become close to our platform management team. So that's what it is. So right now, if you want to invest also, you can please fill the form. Even if you are not a B Invest member, we will help you become the member of the system. One. Second thing, in the near future, B Invest website onboarding is going to become a paid service. So you will not be able to log in free of cost. So right now, since you all are somewhere connected with Happy Coin or some other connections are there, that is why you are able to attend these sessions for free, and that is why you are able to register yourself on the B Invest for free. Otherwise, after a couple of days, maybe they might make it about 45 to 50,000 per month. So right now, you can just log into B Invest and be a part of the system. That's what I would like to say.
Thank you, Sapna ji. I'll take the next question. But for NSH,
Explain the GMP decided something like that.
I'll come to that also, Sapna ji. So Madhvi Madhu ji has asked how much time to it will take to list. So Madhu ji, company has still not started giving any guidance on the IPO, if they are planning for CSK IPO, because there is going to be a great demand for this brand, and we feel there is a lot of undervaluation right now at which it is being traded. So even at 10,000 crore, we feel it is still not um, worth for the India Cement Company to sell their stake. But we strongly believe that only once it crosses 40-50,000 crores valuation, they might think of an IPO, which will take eventually a few years for that to become. So as of now, at least for next 1 to 2 years, we don't think CSK is going to come up with their IPO. Murli ji has also asked, any dividend investors will get every year. As I have said, CSK is not declaring dividends. Last couple of years before this, before the last year, due to COVID, the stands were empty. Ground stands were used to be empty. So companies were not making a lot of revenue. There was a loss of revenue. Although India Cement has been paying dividends very handsomely, and I don't see any reasons why CSK cannot pay dividends in coming future. But at this moment, right now, they are not paying any dividends. The same question has been asked by Gati Venkatesh ji. Then we'll move forward. Yugandhar ji has asked, current IPO price is 187. What is the expected worst low it can fall in worst case? So Yugandhar ji, मतलब at 187 rupees, the company valuation is less than of Lucknow's team, which was a brand new company being bought at 7,000 crores. At 187, the total valuation is close to 6,300 or 6,400 crores. So I don't see any reason for it to go beyond, matlab, go below, honestly. It might be because of some person selling the shares, 5-10 rupees plus minus can happen, but really there is nothing like there is no dramatic. We don't see any 50% or a 70% correction for CSK or for IPL brand. In fact, the valuation is going to surge because of the strong brand which they have created. Now, once Saudi Arabia's king comes in with his 40,000 crores, the brand image for IPL is even going to further increase with they getting more visibility across the world with this the money which is going to get input. So from that perspective, it looks quite possible that it might not have any great correction, any corrections or big corrections. There could be an upsurge in the valuation which we feel should happen, and it can happen any given point of time as more number of investors will understand the right valuation of CSK. The prices is going to reach to that 280 levels or 283 levels which I talked earlier. So B3 B Invest account already Sapna ji has taken care of. Can you please explain how GMP is decided? So GMP, I believe you are referring to gray market premium. So we do not deal in gray market, Sunil ji. Gray market is basically a satta bazaar or the gambling thing where you do not get delivery of the shares, and it happens at IPOs. So it is just like to IPL, the lot of betting happens in even in IPL, lot of betting happens, which is illegal in India. Similarly, GMP is illegal in India. So we do not deal in any GMP activities. We only help on our platform. We only help investors invest in great businesses which are yet not public. And whoever are the early investor in that company, if they want to sell in, if the employees of that company holding ESOP, they want to sell in, if they liquidate, they sell the shares, and the investors who want to invest in those companies, we make it happen it on our platform. So whatever is the minimum price for the investment which gets matched from a seller point of view and from an investor point of view, the transaction happens. At this moment, it is happening at 187 rupees. Any idea when will it get listed? As I said, the company has not started getting any guidance for listing as of now. Yugandhar ji has asked, after listing, we cannot thus sell the shares for 6 months. If we see the stock falling rapidly, how to exit? Yugandhar ji, it does not really happens. Like if it's a good brand, it will take care of the like. Most of the times we don't see it. Might happen in companies which are volatile or the not so good businesses getting too hefty valuations. Generally does not happen. And in 6 months, like how many blue chip companies has not done well after an IPO? And I'm talking about good brands. I'm not talking about startups or like, I'm talking about very good brands. You can see the performance of the India Cement founder, how he has made phenomenal returns for the investors. They will take care of the investors. So I don't think there needs to be a concern for it. But so Prasad ji has asked, I have now not Demat account, but my spouse have it. How can I invest? Please explain. Sapna ji, you want to take it forward?
Yeah, so Mr. Prasad, what you can do is you can simply fill the form in the wife's name. And even if you are not filling in her name, however, we will be considering the investor's name from whose bank account the investment is coming. So that will be showing us in our system as an investor. So if you fill the form, and if you want to get a Demat account open for yourself, also we will help you. And if you want your wife only to be the investor, in that way also we will help you. All we need is you just fill the form so that we can contact you, and rest is taken care.
All right. Uh, the last question is asked by Anuji, who has asked how much listing price at the IPO. So, a good question, Anuji. So, these prices are being decided by the merchant bankers, and merchant bankers decide these prices according to the market conditions, what kind of valuations the companies are getting, and they will try to price them higher as much as possible because they generate around 9 to 10% as fees. So if they are able to do an IPO at a valuation of, let's say, 10,000 crores, and let's say the company is raising 1,000 crore, they'll make close to 90 to 100 crores of 90 to 100 crores of revenue. So they will want to place it as much high as possible, so that they are able to generate good amount of money for themselves as well. So from that point of view, IPOs are generally uh, IPOs will generally come in at the times when there is a lot of euphoria in the market, when people have a lot of interest in stock market, because at that point of time people generally do not tend to go on the valuations. They try to invest with their emotions, and this is generally it gets exploited by the merchant bankers. That's the sad part to it, but that's how the world has always worked in the last 150 years from the merchant bankers. So listing prices are not decided by us, so we really cannot comment on what would be the listing price. But whenever there will be a listing price, please be rest assured, if you are on that side of the table where you can sell the share through an IPO, merchant banker will take care of you. With this, I think I have answered to my best abilities to all the questions which has been asked. If there are any other questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Sapna ji, if you want to have any discussion.
Yeah, so I only want to urge once again, we have 29 people with us, and I would request people to fill the form and then take an exit. So when we are left with only 15 members, we are good to conclude the session. So this helps us to conclude the session. It's already late and it's pretty cold. What is the temperature like out there
It's
in
close
Delhi?
to it's close to 12 degree, 10 to 12 degree now.
My God, मैं तो जिंदा भी ना रहूं.
You should come, Sapna ji, visit Delhi. You will enjoy
We are
the.
comfortable at 20 to 23 in Hyderabad. बस इतना ही है हमारा हैसियत.
We will go to close to. We'll go to zero. मतलब every year we go to 0 to 2 degrees, and that is where. मतलब it's a good fun to be even at close. So there is extreme heat, there is extreme cold, and this is what we love about that.
Yeah,
We get
Delhi,
extreme
Delhi is
weather.
very famous. Right. So we have people saying, yes, Mr. Ravi Shankar, we received your form. Is it 15 degrees in Hyderabad? I am not sure. I am in my cozy comfort sweaters. I really don't know. But yeah, I would request people to please fill the form before taking an exit. We have to end the session so that Mr. Rajesh also can get into his warmers. Right.
And I'll love to again thank all of the investors who, after such a long day and in cold, they have even from their homes, even if they have logged in. So after such a long day, and also thanks to Sapna ji, you and your team, Deepika and all other members who have organized this session. It speaks a volume about your dedication towards getting right investment for your investors. I see you guys working tirelessly in and out so that your investor does not miss on any good opportunities. And I love to.
And we fight a lot with your team about the name, the selection, your recommendations versus our, our demand, or rather our investment committee's demand. So it's entirely a very interesting, and we love doing that with your people. We keep teasing them all. So anyways, so our count is reducing, but again, I would request everyone to please fill the form. We will be ending the session in next 2 minutes.
Again, guys, just to sum up, CSK, it's a good brand. Uh, IPL is not going anywhere. It is going to become bigger and bigger. In next 10 to 15 years, you will see it has already taken a magnanimous form. It will take even further. BCCA is now the richest board across the world because of IPL. And CSK is one of the biggest beneficiary. It's not one of the biggest, it is the biggest beneficiary. It is the biggest brand right now in IPL. And what we feel, it is going to grow very strong with the amount of broadcast rights it is witnessing in the 5 year upsurge. Like the revenue has increased 3 times from the next year. There is going to be a higher valuation which is going to get placed, which will make a lot of returns for the investors. It's a good safe investment to be in. So from that point of view, you can think out of investing in CSK, Chennai Super King pre-IPO. And if there are any further questions, I'll be happy to take it offline as well from Sapnaji's team. You can fill in the forms and they'll help
Yeah,
you.
you can fill in the form if there are any technical questions which our team is not able to answer. We will put the experts from Planify on the call and help you with the same. If you need the recorded session, again, I would request you to fill the form. Our team will send you the recorded session. If you don't have the DMAT account, still fill the form. If you want to invest in the name of your partner, spouse, or family members, friends, anyone, you still fill the form. Just get in touch with us so that we can help you. Even if you are not a B Invest member, it is a right time for you to fill the form and onboard on the B Invest platform as well in the investors community, because later going forward it is going to become a premium platform where you will be getting exposure to all these kinds of investments only after making a payment for yearly subscription. So I would request everyone to fill the form so that we can get in touch with you. Yeah, I'm leaving the form link once again in the group. We have a count of 17. We will be concluding in next 1 minute. I must say, Rajesh ji, our first session was CSK when we first associated with Planify. And trust me, I should not be saying this, but in that session, the number of participants versus the number of versus this time, the number of participants were hardly 65. The forms are like at par. It's going on and on and on. I'm just counting. आते जा रहा है. आपका वो टाइम में our investors were also not pretty sure what is B Invest first of all, and also your team members were I think some people who in your team were doing it, but we always wanted our Sachin Tendulkar to come and do the batting for us. So I kept on insisting that I want Mr. Singla only to come into the session. So the journey has been great with you guys.
It is the same with us, Sapna ji, as well. All the investors, they are very passionate
Yes.
of B Invest. They are, and you guys, I love the passion at 9 p.m. To log in to work for another 1.5 hours. And I know post this session also, you will be working for at least another an hour
Yes.
just to ensure that all the things, all the forms and everything is in place. So it speaks
Correct.
about you. And
Correct.
whenever I see passionate people, I want to be with them.
So, Mr. Venkatesh B. Yadav, he's asking for Happy Coin members. Sir, if you have been able to attend this session, that itself means you can invest in this session. That itself means you can log into the B Invest website for free and take up the subscription for free. So, if you got an access to this session, that itself means you're eligible for everything that everybody else on gets it. So, Mr. Yadav, I would suggest you to fill the form. Deepika, you can make a note of Mr. Venkatesh B. Yadav. You might want to contact him in case if you don't get his form. Narsimha Nanda Brahma, how Dhoni's and Jadeja's retirement affect these?
See, this is a good question, Narasimhaji. When I was a kid, I used to see Sachin, Dravid, and Saurabh Ganguly batting for India, na? And I always used to think, yeah, when these people will retire, who will play cricket for India? There was no Dhoni, no Kohli, or no Sehwag, or nobody else. But then these players emerged. Now, after Dhoni or after Kohli or after Rohit Sharma, who will be there? So today, India has made more than 200 runs in the T20 match versus South Africa. Surya Kumar Yadav has almost. Last time when I checked, it was 92 runs he scored. He might have scored a century. So there will be new players, and because of this IPL, they are able to find out these new players. There is one new batsman which looks very promising in the form of I don't remember the exact name. So Rinku Yadav is very exciting. Then we have all the new players which is coming in. Yashasvi Jaiswal, and even the player from CSK who is opening the batting. He looks very promising. So there are many new players which are going to emerge just because of this IPL. Earlier, these players were not getting enough chances. Let's say 20 or 25 years back, Dhoni made even his start very late just because he didn't get the right platform. But now these platforms are helping get identify the right talent at a very good age, and these players are getting nurtured because of IPL. I see no reason why we will not get our next Dhoni or next Rohit Sharma or next Jadeja. Uh, Ravindran Rachin, the new player from New Zealand, he looks to be a copy of Jadeja, and he's just 23 years old. And that's the beauty of the sport, that people like the players will keep on coming in, going out, but the passion for the game will never stop. What about the remaining team IPOs? Are they going IPO? It's a very good question, Pavanji. A lot of people have asked, I want to invest in Rajasthan Royals, I want to invest in Delhi, or any other teams which they love. Why you are only selling CSK? But the shares are not public. It is only because of India Cement shareholders. These shares are this came out. Otherwise, if we would get an opportunity to get the shares of any other team, be it Mumbai Indians or be it any other brand, we'll have to bring it to our investors, be it even Sunrisers Hyderabad. We'll have to get them to our investors and see if they really want to invest in their favorite leagues, favorite teams. So, but right now it is not available.
I think we are good to conclude. It's a count of only 15 now. उसमें से 2 तो हम ही हैं, एक दीपिका है, एक शुभी है. So we have 11 people, and all these 11 people, the names when I'm matching with the emails that I have received, I think the people who are right now in this session are the people who have already filled the forms, and they're just trying to get more and more information. So we will be releasing a newsletter also very soon to our investors who have already invested in various other projects, and maybe either tomorrow or day after tomorrow it is scheduled for a release. So you will get update about all the other existing investments also. I think we are good to end this session. Thank you so much everyone for attending this session, and we received a very good response from all of you all. So, all the best for your investments. Happy investing. And thank you so much, Mr. Rajesh, for this session. Enjoy your winter at Delhi.
Yeah, you too enjoy your night sleep. I'll talk to you in the morning.
Sure. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much. Signing off.